The Effect of Fruit Acidity on Circuits by Ian Nicolai. Research question. How does the acidity pH of different fruits, lemon, orange, and apple, affect the current and the voltage of a circuit? And how does this relate to the role of ion balance in human health? For predictions, I predict that the lemon will have the lowest resistance, the apple to have the highest resistance, and the orange to have a resistance somewhere in the middle of the other two. I predict that the fruits with the higher acidity will have more free ions, which will allow for more current to go through the circuit. These are the materials used. Background information. Electrical circuits rely on electrical current flow, which is also influenced by resistance of material in the circuit. Resistance determines how easily electrons can move through the circuit. Metals are usually used as resistors due to their low resistance. Other materials can be used though, such as fruit. Fruit contain water and dissolved ions, which allow them to conduct electricity and act as a resistor. The amount of conductivity can vary depending on the fruit's acidity, ion concentration, and structure. More acidic fruits typically contain higher concentration of ions, which may allow for more electrical current flow, which results in lower resistance. The lower the pH, the more acidic the fruit is. Lemon's pH 1.8 to 2.4, orange pH 2.8 to 4.0, apple's pH 2.9 to 3.5. Background information part 2. In the human body, ions are called electrolytes. Electrolytes carry electrical charges that are essential for bodily functions such as muscle contraction and nerve signaling. This experiment shows the amount of electrical current in fruit and suggests how that may affect the body. Personal motivation. I chose this project because I was interested in circuits and wanted to explore how everyday objects such as fruit can act as a resistor in a circuit. Cultural significance. This project is culturally significant because it connects physics, bodily function, and diets all together. Fruits are very commonly eaten every day, and acidity affects electrical conductivity and bodily functions like sending nerve signals by modeling how ions influence conductivity. This experiment reflects how ion balance is important for processes in the body. This is my experimental design. Models of physics. On the left is a circuit of the experimental design, and on the right is a power box, which shows the voltage split because both resistors are in series. Equations of physics. Ohm's law will be used to calculate the resistance of the fruits. The loop rule says that the total voltage around a circuit adds up to zero, meaning the battery's voltage is split between the fruit and the resistor. In my circuit, this explains why I measured different voltages across each part. The junction rule says that current going into a point equals the current coming out. Since my circuit is in series, the current should be the same everywhere, but small differences in my data are likely due to experimental error. This is my data. These are my calculations using Ohm's law for the fruits. Data analysis. The apple, orange, and lemon all have the same voltage. The lemon had the highest current. The apple and orange had a much smaller current. The lemon had the lowest resistance by a lot. The resistor for all three fruits had a lot less voltage than the other spots. How does acidity of fruit affect the body? The most acidic fruit, the lemon, had the highest current. The higher the current means more free charged ions in the body, which are called electrolytes. Electrolytes allow muscles to contract and send nerve signals. This experiment suggests acidic fruits like lemons can help with normal bodily functions. Scientific reasoning. The lemon had the highest current because it is the most acidic fruit, which means it has the most free ions. Ions carry electrical signals, and when more ions are present, conductivity increases. The higher the conductivity, the more current is able to pass through the circuit. This means the lemon has the lower resistance due to Ohm's law, which states that when the voltage is the same, the higher the current, the lower the resistance will be. Uncertainty and error. May have had a measurement error when using the multimeter. The alligator clips may have not been in the same location in each fruit. Fruits had different shapes and sizes. Fruits may have dried up during testing. The fruits may have had temperature differences which affect how easily ions can move. The circuit should have the same current everywhere since the circuit is in series, but that is not the case. To account for that, uncertainty values were added to the values. The current is not the same everywhere, even though the circuit is in series. This is probably due to current measurements of different parts being taken at different times and the fruits oxidizing. Reflection. My results supported my prediction, since the most acidic fruit, the lemon, had the highest current and the lowest resistance, which suggests the more acidic means more ions and better conductivity. The findings of the experiment suggest that acidic fruits, like lemons, can help with normal bodily functions. For future experiments, I would recommend testing more fruits to make the results more reliable. These are my references. This is my class problem.